Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered where the moon came from? It's been our constant companion for as long as humanity has existed, but it wasn't always there. The story of its birth is a tale of cosmic violence and creation on an unimaginable scale. Let's rewind the clock, way back to over 4.5 billion years ago. Our planet was just a baby, a molten ball of rock called Proto-Earth. It wasn't alone in the chaotic early solar system. A rogue protoplanet, about the size of Mars, was on a collision course. Scientists call this object Theia. When Theia slammed into Earth, the impact was cataclysmic. It was so powerful that it tilted our planet on its axis and blasted a colossal amount of molten rock and vaporized debris into space. Imagine an explosion so immense it launches oceans of lava into orbit. This cloud of superheated material didn't just drift away. Gravity, the great sculptor of the cosmos, began to work its magic. The debris started clumping together, piece by piece, over thousands of years. This growing sphere of rock and dust eventually cooled and solidified, becoming the moon we see today. This incredible story is known as the giant impact hypothesis, and it's the leading scientific theory for how our moon was born. But the story doesn't end there. In its early days, the moon was a very different neighbor. It orbited much closer to Earth, perhaps 10 to 20 times closer than it is now. If you could have stood on the ancient Earth, the moon would have looked absolutely gigantic in the sky. A huge, looming presence. This proximity had a profound effect on our young planet. The moon's powerful gravitational pull created enormous tides, far greater than anything we experience today. These weren't just ocean tides, they were tides of molten rock, kneading and shaping the Earth's crust. As oceans began to form, these massive tidal forces churned the waters, creating a primordial soup that may have been the perfect incubator for the first sparks of life. The moon also acted as a vital stabilizer. Think of a spinning top. If it's a little wobbly, it might eventually topple over. Early Earth had a similar wobble. The moon's gravity grabbed hold of our planet, steadying its rotation and locking our axial tilt at the stable 23.5 degrees we have today. This stability is the reason we have predictable seasons and a relatively stable climate. Without the moon, Earth's axis could swing wildly over long periods, causing extreme and chaotic climate shifts, making it incredibly difficult for complex life to evolve and survive. And have you ever noticed that you always see the same face of the moon? That's no coincidence. It's a phenomenon called tidal locking. Because the moon was so close, Earth's gravity slowed down the moon's rotation until it matched the exact time it takes to orbit our planet. So, one side is perpetually turned towards us, while the dark side, more accurately, the far side, remained a complete mystery for all of human history. Until our spacecraft finally ventured there in the 1950s. Even today, the cosmic dance continues. The moon is slowly, but surely, drifting away from us. Every year, it moves about 4 centimeters, or 1.5 inches, further into space. This is happening because the friction from the tides on Earth is actually transferring a tiny bit of our planet's rotational energy to the moon, pushing it into a higher orbit. This also means our days are getting slightly longer, though you'd need an atomic clock to notice. Billions of years from now, the moon will appear much smaller in our sky. Total solar eclipses will become a thing of the past, as the moon will no longer be large enough to completely block out the sun. Eventually, its gravitational influence will weaken, and its role as our planetary guardian will diminish. But for now, the moon remains our silent, steadfast partner. It's more than just a beautiful light in the night sky. It's a stabilizer, a tide maker, and a protector. It's a constant reminder of our planet's violent birth and the delicate cosmic balance that allowed life, and ultimately us, to flourish. So the next time you look up at the moon, remember the epic story it represents, a story of collision, creation, and the deep connection between our two worlds. Thanks for joining me on this journey to our nearest celestial neighbor. If you found this fascinating, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more cosmic stories. See you next time.